Welcome to Great Talk and Entertainment. I'm your host, KJ, and this is the podcast where we review movies and TV shows from all your favorite superheroes, including Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and much more. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talk and Entertainment official channel, baby. Subscribe, like, definitely leave lots of comments so I can know how I'm doing. And guys, let me know how you guys feel about all the latest movies and TV shows as I review as much as I can. So let's go, baby. Today I'm going to review the new movie, The Batman, that came out this week, starring Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. And this is a non-spoiler, so don't worry. I'm just reviewing the movie without spoiling anything. So this time you guys can stay here, listen to it, and then go check out the movie, and then come back and tell me guys what you think in the comments. And obviously just watch out for the spoiler review, because I will be doing that too. But for now, I'm doing a non-spoiler, so there's no warnings. It's just all safe. This is the safe zone review, so let's get into it. Now, the Batman movie, I'm going to start off by saying this, and I know I'm going to get a lot of hate and maybe some positives, hopefully, but the Batman, I would say it's a little bit better than The Dark Knight, like all three. I mean, I'm talking about better than Batman Begins, better than The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Returns. Now, I'm not saying they're great, like, when I say they're a little bit better, they got a little, it was pretty close. It could have been better. Like, I could have said, like, this is the greatest Batman film of all time. But for me personally, and it's just my personal opinion, that if I rewatch, like, Batman Begins and then the two other films after that, which is The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Returns, I would still say, damn, like, this one's better. This is still better. It's still a better Batman trilogy, Batman movie, or whatever you want to call it, right? But a little bit of it, but this Batman movie starring Robert Pattinson is a little bit better. Like, it has it. So if they do come out with two more films with Robert Pattinson as Batman, and they keep it on the same path like they have this film, I'm pretty sure this I'm saying right now, like, this has potential to be better than The Dark Knight. It just all depends on the next two films. If they choose to go with the, like, a part 2 and a part 3 and do a whole trilogy of it, they have the potential, as long as they stay on the right path and go the same format like they did with this film, but obviously add a little bit of a new twist and add a little more detail to it, of course, right? Because it gotta be, number 2's gotta be at least as good as the first one, or go shoot for better, obviously, right? So with that being said, now since I started with that, here's why I think that I believe this. Not think, I'm sorry. I believe this is, when it comes to this film, it's very well balanced with three things, the three important things. One, the comic book accuracy to it. And two, kind of more of a real-time, realistic type of way with Gotham City, for example. And don't worry, I'm not going to spoil nothing, like I said. What I mean by a realistic and real times is Gotham City this time was portrayed with, like, they have cell phones, like the latest cell phone, the latest iPhone. They, think about it, like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, it exists. So they don't, and even their vehicles, have the latest updates as far as Bluetooth, a USB port, and so forth. So it's got, like, today's date, I almost said New York. Gotham City also has that New York Times Square, billboards and big screens all over their buildings, right? So it has that. And another thing, it's with the comic book accuracy is the suit. The way Bruce Wayne would like dress up in his suits and what he would drive as far as comic book accuracy. Same with Alfred. Alfred is pretty comic book accurate to the comic books, right? And very well detailed. I mean, it's the little details with those, right? And then the third important one is the performance by the whole cast. Let's start off with the star, Robert Pattinson. I really think he did a hell of a good job. Like, he's really good at Batman. Now, was he better than Ben Affleck? Yes, but I know that's not fair because when Ben Affleck portrayed Batman, he never technically had a solo film. I get that. But if you want to go to compare them, I would have to go to Robert Pattinson because I just think he did better. This one, Robert Pattinson didn't have the famous Batman voices as far as between Christian Bale and Ben Affleck, where Ben Affleck had that voice changer, which is kind of like from the Green Arrow, starring Stephen Amell on the CW, of course. But Robert Pattinson did his Batman voice, and it wasn't digital and it wasn't Christian Bale's type. But he talked in a way in that Batman suit, in a way that's like believable. It makes you believe that he is Batman. He is Bruce Wayne. And honestly, he did an amazing job. Even like his action scenes, really, really good. And that's another thing with that is just his action scenes made sense. He did it the way, if you watch a Batman animated series or just read the comic books, he did it the way where Batman would do it. And it was really good. And, Zoe, she did very well as Catwoman. Like, this one, honestly, this is easy for me to say, but she was the better Catwoman. She wasn't too sexualized like Halle Berry, but she was very comic book accurate, like Uma Thurman's version of Catwoman, and she did more of the Catwoman persona. If you were watching like the newer DC animated movies, or if you want to compare it to like all the Injustice games, like she was portraying that type of Catwoman as far as the personality, right? And she really knocked it out the park. And what I really like between those two is chemistry between them. They both really made sure that they made each other's characters very well balanced out as interacting with them. Like, it wasn't too much, not too less. It was just right on the spot. They got this on point, and it's really perfect with it. And me personally, I wouldn't change that at all. I wouldn't change too much with it, but their performance was just really good. Like, the duo of them, it's kind of like this is the stuff that wants to make people see more of this in the next future Batman films. And like I said, hopefully with Robert Pattinson, of course, right? So definitely that. The villains, the Riddler and the Penguin, very well played. Just on point. I like this. Well, and let's just start off with the Riddler first. I really like the Riddler on this one. Now, I really can't compare this Riddler to the Jim Carrey Riddler because that would not be fair. For my reason is Jim Carrey, he played the Riddler, and he did it more a comedy way, a comedy way that only Jim Carrey can do, a comedy Jim Carrey stuff, basically, right? He did it the Jim Carrey way, basically. This Riddler here, this one was more serious. He still had that Riddler humor that Riddler thinks is funny, and he was still very weird and strange and kind of crazy, like the Riddler is, but very smart and intelligent at the same damn time. But this one was more like, if the Zodiac and the Riddler had a mashup. If you mash them up together, that's what the Zodiac Killer would be in the DC universe, basically. And he was right on point. His performance was very dark and gritty, and it was really fun to watch. I mean, this is a villain you want to be like a fan of in a way, just like the Joker. Like, I really want to be surprised if, they start making quotes or meme quotes and whatever on the internet to use that Riddler. And I can definitely see the cosplayers coming out with this, because I definitely would want to cosplay as this version of the Riddler, by all means. The Penguin, this one's more of a Arkham Asylum type Penguin, sorry. And I really like that one more. And like I said, I can't compare to the other Penguins because I just wouldn't be right. Because this is a more serious, more realistic Penguin. But I do like the dark and grittiest to his performance as well. And it has a more mobster, but his suit is very comic accurate. And if you read the Arkham Asylum comic books, the way Penguin looks in there it looks just like that in the Batman film. So very comic book accurate with that. The film itself, it's very R-rated in a way, but not too R-rated. And it has that dark and grittiness. And that's why I say it's a little bit better than The Dark Knight, because of like the dark and grittiness. It had a realistic feel of all the crimes that go on in this film. And like I said, I just love it. This is a film I would guarantee you definitely want to go check out. It's about a 3-hour movie, but I tell you what, it does not feel like a 3-hour movie. And, so far, for me, Avengers Endgame and this film, I really like them both. Like, I can watch these movies again, even knowing that they're that long. I couldn't do that again with Justice League, Zack Snyder cut version of that. I could not watch. I can't watch that over and over. It's like too long, and there's just so much error that I just don't want to get into that. But this is definitely a film I can watch and still not be bored of it, knowing that it's 3 hours. It's a very it's like a thriller, action pack. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. You definitely be paying attention to it, and it's one of my favorite Batman films so far. And I can get behind this one, and it's a really good film, standalone film. This is not connected to anything yet, but I do see some clues. But I'm gonna save that for the spoiler review, so be on the lookout for that. But if I had to give this film a 1 out of 10, definitely giving a 10. It's a film you definitely want to watch. So tell your friends, your family, anybody's a fan, get together, go to the movies, go watch this. And if you want to wait, go ahead and wait, because I know in April it comes out on HBO Max. So whatever version you want to choose that makes you feel comfortable, please check that out, because it is good, baby. So thank you for listening to my review. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talk and Entertainment official channel, baby. And please subscribe, smash that like button. Definitely leave a comment in the comment section, because I want to hear from you, the people. Peace.